Well, Congressman Andy Ogles is speaking out. This is following a campaign finance-related investigation into his cell phone. We understand he got it back last week, but now he is challenging the actual seizure itself in federal court.
Joining us live right now to talk about it is U.S. Representative for Tennessee, Andy Ogles. Representative Ogles, good morning to you. All of this also coincided with you winning a contested primary and then introducing articles of impeachment against Kamala Harris. What, in your mind, is the explanation for what happened here?
Yeah, and it goes even back further than that. So I had been one of the individuals, or the primary individual, carrying legislation to defund Jack Smith's office. So Jack Smith was, went after Donald Trump. He actually formerly ran the Nashville office, and so there was this pattern by the Biden Justice Department of targeting individuals. So you can look at Arctic Frost, you can look at Rampart 12, which included Ralph Norman and Lauren Boebert, et cetera. And then, of course, Scott Perry, they took his phone. He was, I do believe, eating at a restaurant with his family. And then they came to my house and took my phone. And so there was this pattern of intimidation by the Biden administration. And so fortunately, former Attorney General Pam Bondi and now Todd Blanche have done a great job of restoring the law and order back to the Justice Department, and quite frankly, focusing on those things like the criminals that are murdering, raping, coming into this country illegally, et cetera. So it's been a long 2 years, but I'm grateful, thankful to God, but that being said, it leaves an impact. When our youngest son still has nightmares, afraid that Mr. Biden's going to send someone to our home and take his dad away. And so, but again, that was the purpose, right? The intimidation. And then, of course, the 2-year investigation that has taken place, really turning our lives upside down. But that being said, finally vindicated. And again, I just thankful to God and looking forward to moving on past this.
Representative Ogles, President Biden, of course, as you know, out of office at this point now. Christopher Wray no longer in charge of the FBI. Merrick Garland no longer the Attorney General. With all those folks out of power now, what is it that you want from all of this moving forward? Do you want brand new rules in place? Do you want them to be punished in some way? What are you asking for?
Well, at this point, it's to bring awareness. So it just wasn't me. We had the press conference. You have multiple members of Congress that were spied on. They were reading emails. They were tapping phones. They took my phone. This was a pattern of abuse. And keep in mind, we have in the Constitution this speech and debate clause, which prevents the executive branch, the Justice Department, from spying on members of Congress. And the Biden administration was willingly violating the United States Constitution and going after members of Congress and the Senate. I do believe Hagerty and Marsha Blackburn were part of that as well. And so keep that in mind. If you have administration that's willing to violate the Constitution to go after members of Congress, if they can come after me, they can come after you because you're not telling the weather the way they want to or a story the way they want to. That means everyone watching this program can now be a target. So we have to fight back. We have to protect the First Amendment and your right to privacy, which is why I took a stand and took them to court. And ultimately, they decided to give me my phone and emails and all the other stuff back. And I'm grateful to Todd Blanche. He's doing a great job as Attorney General. I'm grateful for Pam Bondi for really turning the agency around and setting the stage for Blanche and all the others to be successful.
All right, Representative Andy Ogles, thank you for your time this morning. Appreciate that.
Thank you.